becoming invincible. Seems impossible, but then next week, I'm gonna be doing some of the most painful challenges to really test my body and push it to the limits. And all this is to build up for a final challenge that I'll truly need to be invincible for. The very first day, I decided to test what my tolerance was and how invincible I currently was. I started by doing very mild versions of the challenges I would do later. For example, I had my friend punch me at around 33% of his full power, because later he'd be punching me at 100. I couldn't even handle that. Next, I took a cold shower, which was in preparation for an ice bath that I would be taking for 10 minutes later. Oh my gosh. It's freezing. Which would end up being the hardest challenge for me. And finally, I held an extremely painful stance with massive waves coming crashing on me. Throughout all these challenges, I realized I currently was not that invincible, but it was gonna get so much harder. It was time for the second day. I'm gonna be punching the sand to make my fists invincible. So there's something called iron fist training, but that's basically where you start with sand and you build yourself up to things like rocks and solid wood. Pretty easy. This is what my fists looked like before, little baby hands. I was punching this sand like it was the girl from Finding Nemo, and I was gonna punch it 1,000 times until I could move on to the next level. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. Pretty soft. It did start hurting towards the end just because it was like sandpaper just on my hands constantly, because you know I was moving so fast. It was time to move on to rocks. Not much to say here, it just really hurt. And then finally, wood. Okay, so here we have the final test, a piece of wood. This one was somehow so much worse than rocks. The wood was giving me little splinters and literally ripping my skin off. The hardest part was that my brain knew it was gonna hurt, but I had to keep punching it, and I was trying to as hard as I could. My fists were like iron ingots. They were unstoppable. Throughout all this, I just had to remember, I was trying to become invincible. I did not feel any pain. Sure, by the look of my face, it looks like I did, but in my heart, I felt no pain. Dude. My hands are peeling a little. That was terrible, but I did not fail. And from punching to getting punched was something I was really not looking forward to. Professional boxer.
I did MMA for like 5-6 years.
To warm myself up, I told him to go harder and harder, slowly building up until he would finally hit me at his 100%. I can't lie, my pants were a little soiled, but I had to remember why I was doing this. To become invincible. Become an absolute alpha check.
I think I also handled it really bad. I might have hit your rib.
After strengthening / killing my stomach, the next day I would do it even more by creating the world's spiciest nugget with sauce, crushed red peppers. I tore open a pepper with my bare hands and poured the seeds in there. More sauce. It was born, the nugget from hell. The smell, just one bite. It started out fine. I didn't feel too bad, but the heat quickly hit me. As you can tell, I did not speak at all. I completely forgot this was a video and I was supposed to be talking here. After a few minutes, I realized pain is temporary, which is something I would use for my final challenge. But for now, it was on to the next task, to push my limits even further. The next days where the challenge would get even harder. While I have pushed the durability and limits of my body, I had yet to do anything with my legs. So I chose to hold an ancient stance called Shigurachi, which is one of the first stances of karate. I was trying to hold this stance for 30 minutes in the waves that came crashing down. Each second felt like an eternity, and my feet were slowly sinking into the sand. My feet are numb, my legs are literally quivering, they're shaking. At 5 minutes, I legitimately thought this would be impossible, and I got to 10 minutes, and my legs were shaking. I just finished 10 minutes. My feet are so deep in the sand. I don't even know where they are anymore. As the waves were getting higher and higher, finally, one was a little too high. I failed. I was absolutely defeated, but I remembered what I was trying to do. I was trying to become invincible, so I got back out there. Waves higher than ever, and ended up failing again. I just failed. It sucks. Progressed my mentality because I wanted to quit after like 2 minutes. That, however, did test me and push me, and it prepared me for the hardest challenge yet, and the last challenge before I would be attempting a world record. And this final challenge was the ice bath.
I did a 10-minute ice bath once with no experience, and it was the worst 10 minutes of my life.
I'm so scared. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Immediately, I could feel my heart slowing down as the cold took over. I had to remember to breathe. It was getting more painful every second.
Dude, you're already 14 seconds in.
That's nothing. I actually don't know if I can do this. My hands feel terrible. The ice felt like little daggers poking every part of my body. It's just pain, right? I thought as it went on more, it would get easier because my body would get numb. But that was the complete opposite. Stop laughing.
I'm sorry.
How long has it been?
You really want to know?
No. But there was no chance I was getting out of here because I was freaking invincible.
You're invincible, remember?
Oh yeah, I'm invincible. I forgot.
This is like when the normal person would get out. You're past halfway.
And when it was getting its hardest, I got a motivational call from my mom. I'm chilling. Literally.
It's supposed to be really good for you.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling great. But that didn't help because now it was getting harder than ever.
Control the shiver. Literally last minute.
Oh my gosh, this is terrible.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know what? I'm invincible. This is nothing. Okay. In that last challenge, I was separating my mind from my body. I was in a different dimension, and this is the true training that would help me to accomplish my final goal. 3,050 push-ups in a single hour. That's the world record, and I'm gonna be attempting to beat that. That's more than 50 push-ups every minute. Everything I've learned mentally built up to this moment right here. Can I beat this world record and be an absolute alpha Chad? We're about to find out. With this training, I felt pain in every part of my body and learned to ignore it. I learned to push past it. So as I began these push-ups, I remembered all the lessons I had learned. Pain is just temporary. 100, baby. And invincibility starts with your mindset. 200, baby. I'm gonna have the nuttiest pump in the world after this. 300. I'm dripping in sweat. This is so painful. After a few minutes passed, I quickly learned how truly painful this would be. My arms were already extremely sore, and I had barely gone far at all. And I was trying to make sure I didn't overload myself too much at the beginning, so I wouldn't be too tired later in. 420, oh man. I keep forgetting. I'm trying to become invincible, so I just gotta ignore the pain. That's 450? So I did just that. I completely blocked the pain out of my mind and kept doing the push-ups till my muscles would fail. 500. I'm feeling the pain right inside. Pretty bad. I can't explain how badly I wanted to give up. 600. I'm trying to keep my arms close now because it's hurting bad right here. I was giving it every ounce of energy I had. That's 900. 100 more to go till we're at 1,000. I was now past halfway done. 1,000. Some more. I knew I couldn't get to the goal, but I knew I could get at least halfway to it. That's 1,200. I am pushing past the pain. It just hurts so bad and I'm just used to it. Doing close grip is really helping to switch it up. 1,390. We can get halfway there. 10 more and we're halfway. We beat the halfway mark. We beat halfway. I did exactly 1,552 push-ups, which is farther than halfway to the world record. We weren't able to do it. While I'm not invincible, I truly have the mentality that I am. My mindset is forever changed after the true pain I felt in these challenges, and it really helped me push my body to the absolute limits. Always try to push yourself because that is the only way you can truly learn and become invincible.